Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live with Roxy. Okay. Have you been waiting for the show all week? Today's the WTF show. It's our Wednesday show. What happens on Wednesdays? We talk about whatever we want to talk about. On Sundays, we're a little more structured. On Sundays, we talk about television, sometimes movies, TV news, sometimes movie news. On Wednesdays, we talk about what's gone down that week. And this week, a lot's gone down personally, professionally, globally, with you guys, with me. La la la. La 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 la. So that. I also saw 28 Years Later. And I am really excited to talk to you guys about that. I know most of you haven't seen it yet, so obviously we won't be doing spoilers, but I will do a non-spoiler review. And I want to know from you guys tonight, what do we actually want in a sequel? Because they're not going anywhere, right? Like now we know the new norm is that if you have a successful franchise that's come out in the last 50 years, you're very likely going to at some point reboot it or have a sequel to it. That's just the way the industry has gone. That's what happens. So if we aren't avoiding that, because a lot of people are like, I just want original content. All right, well, seems like that's not the way that a lot of Hollywood's going to go. So if we are going to really be a sequel focused society, what do you hope for from your sequels? What is it we're looking for? So I want to know that from you guys, plus whatever you want to talk about, because it's your show as much as it is mine today. And my God, I'm like super annoyed with the internet today, by the way. So I posted 28 days later, and I understand a lot of people in here are going to be like, blah, blah, what a weird thing to complain about, blah, blah, blah. But just like hear me out for one hot second. I posted a review for 28 Days Later on my Instagram today. And I was wearing this top and I didn't think anything about it. I wore this top to my grandparents, to Grammys today. I wore this top in public to a lunch today, and a walk with my friend. Again, with my grandmother, I wore this today. And everybody in there, like there was like 15 different comments that were like, you're just wearing that for attention. What was it? Tit. You want everybody to look at your tits. This is tit bait, tit bait. And it's like, am I not allowed to exist without, like, I don't have a problem. And people are always like, but you always objectify people online too. Listen, when I watch The Real Rejects, especially if it's Idris Elba, especially if it's him, but with a lot of people, Jesse, Young Mazzino, Simu Liu, you guys know I'll be like, that is a handsome man. That man is so handsome. Same thing with women, by the way. Every time Audrey Arjona is on screen, I'm like, damn, she is so hot. That is such a beautiful person. Here's what I don't do. Look at their package. Look what they're packing. You staring at their penis? Wow, they want me to look at their dick. Like, can you relax? I'm very clearly filming. I didn't think about it when I posted it. That, like, perhaps my boobs looked large in the video. I was talking about a movie. This is just my body. I wasn't like wearing anything in particular to try to. This is just the shirt that I wore today. So, ew and weird and gross. And I blocked them because I saw somebody the other day online say that I'm the bouncer of my club. Like when it comes to social media, you're your own bouncer. And I was like, oh yeah, I actually get to be my own bouncer. So even though usually I only block people who say things that are extremely anti-Semitic to me, or homophobic, I was like, I actually just can decide who gets to come to my club in general. So I just started blocking people that were like talking about my breasts on a post about 28 years later. Because, like, ew. Now, there were some people who on there were like, "You look so beautiful here." Thank you so much. It's so nice. I really appreciate that. That's so different than click the tip bait. What? You think that I am using my body to try to get you to listen to my opinions on a movie? Ew. Weird. And not even ew. Maybe there are some people that that's their bag. It's not mine. Wow, I've got a bunch of stray hairs going on right now. So that was just annoying. And I'm really hot right now, but it made me want to put on a first of all, I wear flannel most days because I love flannels. But also it made me want to cover right the fuck up. And it's like, oh, can I not exist? Can I not exist without psycho psychos? All right. Hi, welcome to the show. Again, on Wednesdays, we talk about whatever the fuck we want. That's what we do on Wednesdays. And already, as I was on my drive here, I saw some Streamlabs coming through, and I was like, yes, people know that we go live Wednesdays. So hell to the yeah. Hell to the yeah. Hell to the yeah. Streamlabs get rolling. I forgot to put this in the Discord. Can somebody put this in the Discord right now for me, please? Thank you. So I want to talk about 28 years later on the show today. We're definitely going to do that and sequels in general. I also want to talk about the Springsteen trailer because I'm a diehard Springsteen fan. I want to talk about the Karen Read trial because y'all told me about it and we have a verdict. I want to talk about Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively for a hot second because we haven't talked about them in a while. And I kind of have new feelings on it. And I want to talk about Iran, which is very different than all the other topics, and Tucker Carlson, which is not somebody I talk about here often on the show. I also want to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So start sending in your Streamlabs and your super chats and writing things in the comments. Appreciate you. Okay. I also want to give you guys my new posture. I think I don't know that I fully went over this with you guys, but there's 5 posture exercises I'm doing every day, 3 times a day. And I actually think it's helping round out my posture so that, hold on, let's see if you can see from the side. Wait, hold on. That I'm less hunched. And I'm not saying that, like before I couldn't get this straight back. You really can't see from there right now. Hold on. Okay. So you see how it's starting to look a little more straight? I couldn't get this straight up before I started doing these this month. So I was like, oh, I'm going to go over these with people because posture, number 1, makes everybody so much hotter. Like you are infinitely sexier if you have good posture. That's just a fact. People know that. Number 2, it's very good for us so that we don't end up little C shapes. It also just makes me feel more confident when I walk into a room. And I still don't have good posture, but I'm really working on it. And I'm going to keep doing these exercises to allow me to do it. So I'll show you guys those if you want to see. Does anybody give a shit about that? Let me know. Let's go into the super chat. Tom Hanks, Karen Read, not guilty. Wow. Not good with the Owen Wilson. Wow. This we know. I'm surprised you're surprised by that. I know some people thought that this was going to be another mistrial, but I didn't know anybody who thought she was going to be convicted. I saw a lot of experts talking about this. A lot of people do think she's guilty, though. I kind of felt like from tuning into the trials later on, I didn't watch the first trial. I kind of feel like she's not guilty, but that's just my personal thoughts. She did get an OUI, but it seems like this woman is going to be out and about. And there's probably going to be a documentary. I think there's already been one, but probably going to be more on it. So perhaps my opinion will change in the future. Mel, those police officers were sus. They were so sus that's why I feel like she is maybe not guilty, because hearing everything that they did, it was just like, I can't even clearly make heads or tails of this, you sus mofos. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider, our first of the day, coming through from RQMDSMD, says, "Hi, Roxy. Going to see 28 Years Later tomorrow. Loved the Springsteen trailer." Two of the main things we're going to be talking about tonight. Thank you for the support. I'm glad you're going to see it tomorrow. Imprinted on Roxy says, Team Strider, Prime Days are July 8th through July 11th. Great posture, by the way. Oh my God. Did you say that before I sent it, or did you send that after I sent it? Let's go. Handsome Ransom says, I'll be there for you when your stream's going live. I'll be there for you to see the Striderverse thrive. I'll be there for you because you're there for me too. Aloha, sending a little love support. Thanks for being here and doing what you do. You rock. Handsome Ransom, your energy is unmatched. Like, we can always count on you to bring the positive vibes. What an A+ send in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Mel, she's a perfect example of non-perfect victim. She's no angel, but police did some suspicious things. Exactly. That's how I felt. That is how I felt. It wasn't like, oh my God, this girl's awesome. It was just like, hard to tell what the hell happened here because sus. I have gotten so many messages today that of people being like, you should play Karen Read. The petition starts now. I almost tweeted it out and then I was like, is that the most disgusting? Like, somebody's dead. So I need to relax a little bit. But oh my God, what is with these? Slick them back, yo. I really wanted to be like, for that Karen Read Lifetime movie, I'm your girl. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, I'm younger, but I'm sure we got to tell her origin story, Mel. We got to go back. And I could look a little older. Typically, I play younger than I am because I don't know. Actually, truthfully, how old do you guys think I look? I think I look my age, but usually I'm cast younger. Usually I'm cast as somebody in my 20s. Sometimes I have a baby face, but sometimes I feel like I don't. Like right now I have no makeup on, so obviously I don't look older, but anyway, I want to be in the movie. I think I could do it. Age me up. Beam me up, Scotty. Thank you guys for being here with me live on this Wednesday night. Send in that support. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider. All right. What do you want me to start with? 28 Years Later or Iran? We're going to talk about both. So might as well tell me now. 28 Years Later or Iran? Okay, let's see. You can go for late 20s, says Mel. Yeah, that's usually right about like what I feel. See how says 31 totally. Lloyd says 23. TJ says I look my age. Handsome Ransom says 21 forever. Dominic says you can go as young as 25 convincingly, I think. 25 easy. Thank you guys. I feel like I kind of hope to always look around my age. Like I've never had anything done to my face before. And my idol these days has really been Helen Mirren. And I'm just like, she's just so beautiful and she's so classy and wonderful. And she looks her age and she looks amazing for her age. Now, that's me saying that now. I know that it's very hard to age as anybody, but especially as a woman in Hollywood. Who knows? Maybe I'll start to and pull. Who knows? Maybe I will. I'm not saying I never will, but as of right now, hope to just enjoy my face when I can. Okay, so Iran or 28 Days Later. What do you guys want me to talk about? And what other topics other than what I've mentioned tonight do you want me to talk about? In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider. That's my name. Please wear it out. It's like, don't wear it out. But anyway, track stars. says, any thoughts on The Materialist? Have you seen it? Shockingly, no. And I'm hearing it's one of the best movies of the year. And I love rom-coms. And some people are saying it's not really a rom-com, but the performers are up my alley. The premise is up my alley. I just haven't seen it. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen right now. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the Life of Chuck, which I really want to see. And I haven't seen the How to Train Your Dragon movie. Those are the ones I want to see. Need to see them. Baharo 3 tattoo guy from FD Bloodlines is from CW's 100. Yeah, I saw that in the comments. Thank you, Baharo. I didn't watch the 100. I know that people loved that show, but I did not watch it. I did watch all the DC CW shows, but I didn't watch that one. Sorry. You're definitely above 22, says Sam. What a funny comment. Definitely above 22. Don't know how old, but definitely above 22. Yeah. Yeah. Feel that. Ja feel. But like, if everybody in Overcompensating can play college, then so can I. I loved that show so much. They did such a great job. Sorry, track stars, that I haven't seen Materialist to give you my thoughts. Should I go see that immediately? I bet the answer is yes. Streamlabs in, Super Chat in. Let me know how you are feeling. Okay, so let's see. What did you guys want? 28 years later, Iran. 28 years later, 28 years later, Iran, years, 28 years. All right, we're pretty mixed. How about we talk about 28 years later? Then we talk about Iran. Then we talk about Bruce Springsteen. So we Iran sandwich it so that we don't have to start or end with what might be the next world war. I'm not smiling because it's funny. I'm smiling because I'm scared shitless about talking about it and about living it. And God. Woo. So just going to put off talking about that for a second. So let's just talk about 28 days later. Nope, 28 years later. All right, non-spoilers, obviously, because you guys haven't seen this yet, or a lot of you haven't seen this yet. 28 Years Later is the third movie in the 28 Days Later franchise. And it is the start of a new trilogy. So the 28 Years Later trilogy, this is all stuff I didn't realize or didn't know. Oh my God, Mel, why? Okay, bye. Okay, bye. I'm going to talk about this probably for about 5 to 10 minutes, or as long as you guys have questions, comments on it, and then I will move on. So Mel just says muted for now. Okay, Mel, for you and anybody who doesn't want to hear about this, I'll wave when I'm done. So for this franchise, I had never seen these movies until I watched them for Real Rejects. I had heard people love 28 Days Later. I hadn't heard anything about 28 Weeks Later. I saw 28 Days Later and it blew me away. I haven't stopped thinking about the movie since I saw it. I just think for the budget they shot it on, for the story that they told, it is the most unbelievable movie. It's perfect. It is incredibly well done storytelling and great performances, shot so interestingly. They used every dollar they had for that film, and you see it on the screen. The way that they decided to make everything gritty and blurry and fuzzy and confusing and just brilliant, couldn't be redone. Then people didn't seem to like 28 Weeks Later as much. I didn't like it as much, but I still really liked it. I thought that it was a very good sequel. We upped the budget from 8 million to 16 million. So we have a bigger budget. We have more background actors, a bigger scale, bigger outbreak because it's been longer. And we're dealing with more characters. It just kind of upped the ante a little bit. While I don't think it was as brilliant storytelling as the original, I still thought it was a great next step. Now, fast forward a couple decades later, and we have 28 years later. 28 years later is Alex Garland wrote the script and Danny Boyle directed this. It is starring Aaron Taylor Johnson and Jodie Comer, and I think the rest of the cast has been announced. I'll just leave it at that just in case. And this young boy who is mind-blowingly talented. He's going to be a huge star. So good. And it is a even bigger budget. I believe that this is an $80 million budget or $75 million budget. And it looks that way. We've lost the grit. We've lost the fuzziness. It looks like a big budget movie. It's also significantly less scary than the first two. I have friends who were like, I don't know if I can deal with this. The first two were not that scary, but is this one going to be more horror? The trailers look that way. I actually haven't watched the trailer, but for the actual story, the first part of the story is a little bit scary. And then it's really not a horror movie. It's not scary. It's the least scary of the three, which I think is really smart for this. It kind of played out like a fantasy movie to me. And what I mean by that is like, it felt like the first of a trilogy. When I was watching it at times, it reminded me of Lord of the Rings. In this movie, we're going on an epic journey. I'll leave it at that because I don't want to tell you guys more about it, but we're going on a journey of sorts. And that journey feels large and vast. And there's a lot of open fields and a lot of different buildings and exploration, all things that kind of feel like the fantasy genre. But there's these really intense personal relationships. The best part of the movie is these relationships, is these bonds, are these bicker disputes or lifting each other up. You know, the personal relationships are really, really well executed in this and well performed and well written. And that makes the story so enticing. When I was watching this movie, I was like, I could watch this movie for 10 more days. Like it could go on forever. And I am just enthralled with the film. But I'm a little surprised with how well this is doing. And I don't think it's going to do as well with audiences as it is with critics. Critics are loving this. When I saw last, it has a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think that this movie is great. I'm amongst the critics on this. But it really deviates from the genre, tone, and experience of the first two movies. The end of this movie is very much part one of a 3-part trilogy, which is not how the first two movies feel, right? Because they didn't know that they were doing that. This was like, we end in a place where it's like, oh, this is not the end of a movie. This is the start of a trilogy. So that's interesting. Like that makes this a bigger blockbuster type of film. And I'm really interested in what they're going to do in the next movie based on the way that this one ends. I'm like, ooh, that's sick. Let's go there. And I'm very excited for the fact that we are going there. But we don't rely on our score the same way in this to build suspense and tension. We have a lot of tracks with lyrics. We have a lot of songs in this film. I think there was like 5 different songs. At some points we bring in our score, but it's very few and far between, and it doesn't build the same way as in the previous 2 movies. But it's different. It's a whole different type of story that we're telling. And so they have to make up some changes. This is kind of why I wanted to talk to you guys about what we're looking for in our sequels, because while I loved this, I could sense that maybe the audience might not, because it's not the same movie. It's not a remake of the first one. It's not even a continuation of the first one. It doesn't feel like the same story. Things look different. They sound different. People are different. We get more of the lore. And as this trilogy is starting, I couldn't be more excited for it. But I'm really curious if audiences are going to embrace this the way critics did and the way that I have. let me know if you guys have questions. Ask them now before I move on from this topic. Let's see what's going on with you guys in the super chat. Alan Smithy says, still finishing your Final Destination reaction video. Love it so far. That kid with the penny, what a punk. That movie was fun. That was a fun time. But a lot of people have pointed out to me, like, pennies are usually lucky. So I'm kind of curious if that comes back into something. Sexy Andrew says, hey, Sexy Roxy, you were great on Christian's stream yesterday. I prefer sequels for any movies that don't repeat itself, just with different characters. Okay, Andrew, so I think you're really going to like this movie because this does not just repeat itself. It tells a completely different story. Completely different. A lot of pressure on DaCosta to nail the second movie. Oh, yeah, Nia DaCosta's doing the second movie. Yeah, I'm sure they've been in major communication. That is a lot of pressure, especially for where this one ends. The second movie is going to be quirkier. So curious about that for sure. What is going on in the Streamlabs? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Send in questions, comments, concerns, support, anything to do with 28 years later or sequels in general. I want to know, what are you guys looking for in your sequels? Mark Jason Ali says, Roxy, you look great, in my opinion. Thank you. Aging like a fine wine, not being creepy. It doesn't feel creepy. That's sweet. How was your day today? Have you heard any news on Glenn? It's been a while. How does the rest of the week look for you? How's Grammy? Did you both make up? Make up? I don't know what you're talking about. We bicker every day. Is that what you're talking about? We're always good, though. My day was good. I worked all morning. Then I went on a walk with a friend. Then we popped into Grammy's to do some things and hung out with her and her next door neighbor. And then I came back here and then worked some more. Now I'm here with you guys. And then I'll cook dinner and then I'll work some more. And then I'll go to sleep and hopefully read a little bit more of All-Star Superman, which I'm reading right now. It's just so good. The rest of the week looks like I'll be filming this week with you guys on Sunday. Tomorrow I film Real Rejects. I'm doing back-to-back shoots. Happy early Juneteenth to everyone. But I'll be filming all day tomorrow, and then Friday I'll be filming with DJ. And that is the rest of the week. This weekend, hopefully see a couple friends, work a little bit, be with you guys on Sunday. La 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 la. Oh, yay. Greg and John told me they're going to see 28 Years Later and asked if they should do a social review. Yes, please. I need it to post tomorrow. Oh, that's all caps. Why? I can edit tonight. Okay, I hope they like it. So, yeah, all of that. She's all over the place tonight. Thank you for those questions. And Mark, let me know what you're talking about with did we make up? I don't know which thing you're referencing. Who even knows at this point? Any more questions that come in on 28 years later, let me know and I'll try to answer them. Okay. So on top of that, let's talk sequels. What do you guys want in your sequels? For me, I'm similar to what we were talking about earlier. I don't want it to be the same movie. And so we have to give things room to expand on a universe and not be the same and tell the stories in that universe that creator wants to tell. Go to that corner that they want to tell. And I really, really enjoy when creators are like, okay, this is the world, and I'm not going to negate that, but I am going to tell the story that I want it to tell. I am a little nervous, though, about sequels that do that because sometimes it is just easiest when we tell the same story and we tell it just a little bit differently. And sometimes that's what audiences end up liking the best. Yeah, and of course, it depends on the genre and the type of movie, but I'll be really curious from you guys if once you see 28 Years Later, if you like that they went such a different tone, or like something like Gremlins. Do you appreciate when you go a completely different tone? This is, by the way, we're done with 28 Years Later, unless things come through, and then I'll give everybody warnings. Again, no spoilers anyway, but I know some people don't like to know anything about a movie going into it. Did I already wave at you guys? Who knows? Who's to say? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, super chat in. Okay. Time to talk about Iran. We're not going to talk about it for very long because I don't have very much to say. Do you want to know why I don't have very much to say about Iran? Because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to Iran. I'm so confused. Let me tell you why I'm confused. I have a lot of Iranian friends. And my Iranian friends are all posting, celebrating, saying how grateful they are for Israel taking out this regime. Now, you guys know I end the show every day, every week with we stand with the women of Iran, some of the bravest women we've ever seen. The regime in Iran is vicious. They hang people from the streets, especially the women, for not covering their hair, for a plethora of different things that we've talked about on this show for so long. I was so not expecting everybody that I know from Iran to be so grateful and happy about this that I'm a little confused, because I know that they hate their government, and my friends from Iran, everybody that I know here from Iran, all fled. Them or their parents or their grandparents, they all fled for oppression purposes, and they all had to leave to get out of what was a place that was not tenable, or that they were not wanted, which is the most small way of putting that, not accepted. But to see this is a little confusing because I don't really understand what the next steps should be. If it's not, we've seen this in the Middle East before, where the United States, I know everybody says that Israel is doing this, but backed by the United States, if the United States comes in to a country in the Middle East and is prepared to take out an entire government force because of claims of a nuclear weapon, we have played this game before. It's not really a game. We've seen this before. What happens next? It's not like, oh, the good guys come into power. So this is where this isn't my genius anymore. This isn't my forte. This is not I don't have full understanding of what should happen. And it was even more confusing where I'm sitting here thinking that avoiding war is usually the right call. And then all of a sudden, my Iranian friends are all like, thank God for what Israel and the US are doing. This regime has to go. And then I'm on social media and Tucker Carlson, and then I went and watched the majority of the interview where Tucker Carlson and Ted Cruz are on the opposite sides of this as each other. And Tucker Carlson is anti the United States going to war with Iran, while Ted Cruz, who didn't even know the population of Iran or the demographic breakdown of Iran, is standing with Trump, while Tucker Carlson is against Trump on this. And my brain just started to feel like it was going to explode, because I was like, I don't even know. Oh my God. And then the more I keep scrolling, the more I see people saying this is going to be the start of World War III. That XYZ, you guys are seeing all the same things I'm seeing. And none of this is good. Not to mention that, like, we have so many other issues that are going on in the United States right now. Like, I was on my drive home from my grandparents today, from Grammys today, and in the car, it's like an ad for that fucking dumbass immigration app. You guys know what I'm talking about, where they want you to sign up if you're an immigrant. They're like, if you are here illegally, You will be fined $1,000 a day and go to prison. We will find you. You will be next. You will be deported and you will go bankrupt over the fees after being imprisoned, unless you sign up on our app and give us all your information. And then you'll actually have the opportunity and chance to come back here. Which, like, who on planet Earth who is here right now and is an immigrant who is afraid of being deported, who's been here forever, is going to sign up for the fucking app so that our government can just go find them and kick them out and very obviously never allow them back in? Like, that's of course not what people, that is of course not what they're going to be doing. Is of course not. Me listening to it on the radio, I was just like, oh my God, what the hell is happening here? Which kind of brings me to a different topic, which is, it's all relevant except for the fact that none of it is relevant to this. I wanted to mention the Blake Lively, Justin Baldini thing because today I saw, in the middle of me trying to figure out if we're entering into World War III or into a war with Iran that people are calling a forever war. And then I'm hearing this ad on the radio about fucking poor ass fucking immigrants who are doing absolutely nothing wrong. And they're going to be convinced to sign up for this app. So because they're trying to torment and torture them and scare tactic them into outing themselves for being in this country. And while all of this is going down, I get a notification on my phone. Justin Baldoni allowed to seek messages between Blake Lively and Taylor Swift, court rules. And I was just like, what is wrong with us? Like, this just feels so petty. And I understand our day-to-day lives are not petty and these things are important to people and defamation matters and blah, blah, blah. But like, we're at the brink of World War III or a possible forever war. I'm trying to get a grip on and understand why my Iranian friends are so happy with the US government right now. And I'm trying to make sure that my loved ones who are undocumented feel like they might actually have a chance here and feel safe here. And then I'm getting notifications about fucking Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively's lawsuit about them talking shit about each other and claiming things on each other. And again, it's a bigger deal than I'm saying that it is right now, because I know you can't just make up lies about somebody else. I don't know exactly what's happening in this situation, but you guys know what I mean, where it's just like, there's like horrible, real things going on in the world. And then we're inundated with like Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively. And it's just like, oh my God, we've made so many of our own problems. Why? Like, other than natural disasters, it's all man-made. And even natural disasters are man-caused a lot of the time because of our dumbasses. Do you guys ever just feel overwhelmed by the amount of bad news coming out? And it's like, some of it's just so stupid. Just so stupid. And I said I wasn't going to talk about it for very long, so I probably won't, because I'd rather talk about the Bruce Springsteen trailer, but that is what is on my heart today, where I'm just like, oh God, if we could just stop making our own issues as a world, issues that aren't real, and we've just made them up. Like, how about just like love thy neighbor and don't be a prick? Stop killing people. Don't starve people. There's enough money and food for everybody. But we can't seem to do that. Joe Otis in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider said, what do you think when a sequel goes off the rails and tries something completely original like Halloween Ends? I admire the effort, but I sometimes just want the filmmakers to stick the landing. Yeah, but it never negates the original movies for me. So I always like them to take a big swing. I just, of course, what you hope is that they take a big swing and they stick the landing. I don't remember the Halloween Ends ending, although I did see it. Is that when like they're burning in the fire below? Let me know. Actually, don't let me know, because I think I'm going to be rewatching those at some point. And so it's better that I forget. A new guy, Ash in the Streamlabs, for that big support. Thank you, Ash. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider. I've been doing this new financial management/workout plan where I do a burpee for every $5 I donate to content creators. So either I get control of my spending or I get strong. I hope a little bit of both, Ash. But if we see you looking yoked and ripped, we'll know that you're broke. Spent it all, looks ripped. Also, Amazing. Keep doing those burpees. Ash just sent in another one. That's a burpee. I actually have a few friends who are naturalized citizens who got scared when Trump won in November and applied to get their physical certificates of naturalization. And now it's been 6+ months and they still haven't gotten them. Yeah, I know. Scary. That is scary. And they just seem to be taking so many people that are citizens. Oh boy. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Super chat in. Thanks for those of you who have so far. Baharo says Sinners 2/anthology, different era /music/monster. Is that what they're saying? That they're doing a Sinners 2? I didn't even see that. Oh, I think I did see at some point they said that there was always going to be a Sinners 2, but I didn't know that it was officially announced that it was happening. Let me know if that is what happened and what era did they say anything more about it. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Thank you guys. See, the Wednesday shows they beat out the Sunday shows, my guys. Ash, burpee again. One of them had to restart the whole process at May 5th after 5 months because the original in Hindi got translated with a misspelling of her name. Oh my God, that's so annoying. Do you want to know, speaking of name spellings, last night when I went to go see the 28 Years Later screening, I go to check in, and when they send you, like, if you want to go to the screening, you register your own name. And when I go to check in, they're like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Striar." They're like, "First name?" I'm like, "Roxy." They're like, how do you spell that? I'm like, ROXYSTRIAR. They're like, "We don't have that." And I was like, "No, I definitely respond RSVP." They're like, They're just like, "Just spell the last name." I spell the last name. They're like, "We have a Rosie, ROZY." I was like, "Oh, you guys must have just misspelled it." And they're like, "It was you." And I was like, "Oh, I misspelled my own name? I wrote ROZY Striar?" They're like, "Yep." And I was like, "I'm well. Things are going well. Clearly. So call me Rosie. Rosie. Because apparently I don't know my own name. And that is how well the planet is doing right now. Joe Otis in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Are you a fan of So Bad They're Good movies like The Room? Some of my favorites are Miami Connection, Samurai Cop, and Troll 2. Do you or the chat have any recommendations? I am a fan of The Room. I haven't seen the rest of them. Recently, Andrew's been telling me that he really wants to cover Samurai Cop for the channel. Troll 2. I think I saw Trolls 2. Is that not that? I don't think I have any recommendations. I only have seen really bad movies or good movies. I can't remember so bad that it's good on the top of my head. But then again, don't know my own name. Don't know it. Oh, okay. You weren't saying that the Sinners 2 thing was happening. You were just, no, don't be sorry. I'm still happy that you sent it in. Thank you. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Super chat in. Appreciate you guys' support. Quick shout out to everybody who has so far tonight. To Tom Hanks, Baharo 3, Alan Smithy, Sexy Andrew, Joe Otis, Ash, Mark Jason Ali, Track Stars, Handsome Ransom, Lloyd Nance, RQMDSMD. You guys rock. Appreciate your support. Keep sending in as we continue to talk about things. Did you guys see the Bruce Springsteen trailer? Did you watch the Bruce Springsteen trailer? Are you guys as excited for this as I am? I was texting with my friend Ryan Nelson, who's my friend that's the biggest Springsteen fan other than me that I know. You guys know I'm a diehard Springsteen fan. Quickly to recap, my mom used to travel everywhere around to go see Bruce Springsteen because she was such a big fan. My mom's from New Jersey. Springsteen's from Asbury Park. One time my mom left me in a burning hot car when I was a baby so that she could go say hi to him in LA because she saw him. And I'm very proud of that story because go mom. And the last thing my mom and I ever did together was that we went to a Bruce Springsteen concert. And only a few weeks later, she was no longer able to walk or talk. And I'm the only sibling who got to go see Bruce with her. It was one of the best days of my life. And then last time he went on tour last year, I flew home to go with my siblings to a Bruce Springsteen show. And while we were there, he played his song Ghosts, and my sister got a phone call on her cell phone from mom, and it said call failed. That's a number that we no longer even have. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. I feel so connected to Bruce Springsteen and his music. It makes me feel more connected to my mom. I love, love, love Bruce. I could not be a bigger Bruce fan. All that to say, the bigger the fan you are of somebody, obviously, the more nervous you are for a biopic on that person, because this could just be a good movie for some people. But for me, this is a movie about somebody who I love. I happen to really like this trailer. I don't know this director very well. They did that Boston movie, the Whitey movie. What the hell is it called? You guys know it, Black Mass. And they've also done a movie, Crazy Heart and Hostel, which I haven't seen. So I don't know that much about him. I do know that Jeremy Allen White looked amazing in this movie. Jeremy Strong, all the actors look great. Is that Jeremy Allen White's voice? Because if so, he sounds exactly like Bruce. That would be really cool. They might have had somebody else do it, though, because I don't know whether he can sing or not. I haven't read this book. I think I will before this movie comes out, and I am super curious about what story they're trying to tell. It feels like a very small period of Bruce's life, and my friend was a little concerned because a lot of the lines in the trailer are a little bit corny, but they landed for me because in a trailer, when we're talking about the hole in the floor, that just works for me. It just worked. I thought, it was very moving, and I love a great biopic. I love a music biopic, and this seemed to have its own kind of tone to it. It didn't seem over the top fun. It seemed a little melancholy, which Bruce is a lot of fun, but he's also got a lot of depth to him. So I wonder tonally kind of where they'll go with this and story-wise where they'll go. But I'm definitely invested. I'm definitely in. As I said on my social media, if there were 3 movies I could see this year, it would be Superman, Wicked, and this. So really up my alley. What did you guys think about it? Let me know if you watched this trailer, if you care about this. What is your favorite music biopic? Curious. I feel like a lot of people might say The Doors. I like Bohemian Rhapsody a lot. Some people might say Whitney. I like the Elvis one. The Complete Unknown was really good. The only one that I didn't love so much so far was The Dirt, the Motley Crue one. I felt like they really, really commercialized and did not show truly Motley Crue. Oh yeah, La Bamba, Rocket Man. Music biopics, man. Musicians are just usually so interesting, and their journeys are usually so interesting. There's a biopic called, not a biopic, there's a Bruce movie called Blinded by the Light that I really loved. It's not really a Bruce movie, but it's kind of a Bruce movie, and I really enjoyed that. I want a Metallica biopic. That would be cool. Selena, I've never seen it. I never saw it. Who would you want a biopic on that doesn't exist? Let me know. Not that the person doesn't exist, but that the movie doesn't already exist. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Super chat in. Send in that support. We aren't here for that much longer, but we are here for a little longer, so feel free to send in. Okay, so far, talked about 28 Years Later, kind of sequels in general. Iran, a little bit. Tucker Carlson, I can't believe he's in my notepad. My notes say politics are so over my head right now. And I don't usually feel that way. I usually feel very politically engaged and like I'm very in the know. But I just wasn't expecting the amount of support from my Iranian friends. And you always have to listen to the people of a place to see what is real. We talked a little bit about Karen Reed. We talked enough about Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. Talked about this Bruce Springsteen trailer. So excited about that. See what's going on in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer and super chat in. RQMDSMD with that big support in here says, I went to the Stony Pony with my cousins who live in New Jersey, saw Springsteen there in the late 70s and early 80s, along with a lot of good bands. So crazy that Bruce Springsteen is known for like just popping in random bars and playing to this day. I had a friend who was a couple years ago said they were in a dive bar in New York, and then he just like popped in and played a couple songs. What? That's crazy. That shit cray. That shit cray. Which I had for dinner tonight. I bought salmon, but it's not going to be salmon gate. I put it in the fridge immediately. I'm going to definitely have salmon. What side do I want to do with it? That is the fun in it all. Maybe I'll do a salmon rice bowl, but not the crispy rice. Maybe I'll do like a garlic butter salmon rice bowl. Yum. Tough Luck says, people need to show up less for sequels and remakes and more for original movies like Disney/Pixar's Elio. Saw it two times in 3D, seeing it 3 more times in Dolby. I heard it wasn't that good. Is it that good? Let me know. And is it not going to perform? Curious on that. Andrew Thomas, Sexy Andrew says, I recommend Neil Breen movies. They're so bad that it's good. All the Neil Breen movies are terrible. LOL. Who is Neil Breen? And what are his movies? Let me know. Oh my God, are we sharing with the floor again? Please don't let me cook for hours and then drop my food. Please. Please. Give Elio a 4 out of 5. I think it will perform well and leg out if it pulls an Elemental. Elemental is so good. Oh my God, my protein pudding is so good. Do you guys care about my posture exercises? It will take me 2 seconds to go through. It would probably actually take me about 1 minute to go through. Do you want to know what they are or no? And have I shown these to you? Really trying to work on my posture. Really trying. Streamlabs in, Super Chat in. We are getting out of here soon. David Bowie biopic, or I quit what, this stream? Okay, yes, you do want to know. All right, so here's what I do. Let's see if it helps if I stand. I don't think I can with you guys. Okay, I'm just gonna back up and try. Back up, Brox. So the first one is, no, let's try to stand. All right, we're gonna push you guys way back. You guys might see my whole tummy right now. I'm wearing okay, whatever. Hold on. Okay, here we go. All right, so the first one. Welcome to my exercise tutorial. Okay, so the first one is like this, and then you go all the way back behind you. So you're going like this. Okay, so you do that 10 times, right? The second one is you're here, and you do this 10 times. Like that, okay? So you're like touching, and then you're going out 10 times. When you first start, you're not going to be able to get as far out as you eventually want to go. Okay, so be patient with yourself. So you do that 10 times. The next one they call pump it out. You do this 10 times. So you're really like behind your back. You're trying to go, okay. The next one is just shoulder rolls 10 times. You want to go all the way back and down, back and down. And then the last one is you put your tongue to the roof of your mouth, and you're going to pull back your tongue. Pull back your head. So I'm going to look crazy, right? Okay, so you go like this. Ten times. I do that 3 times a day. Does that make sense? Let's see. Are you hinging at the shoulders or at the elbows? For this one, I'm hinging at the elbows. Like this. But trying to open up as much as I can here. Does that make sense? Came back, what's happening? I am showing you guys these 5 posture exercises, and I've been doing them every day, and I do feel like you can't really see right now because it's such a weird angle, but it was like this, and I couldn't get, and now it's getting straighter. Like my ability to get straighter is there more because my mobility is growing. So this one is not for jawline. I forget what the exact purpose is, but it's something about like being able to get this part back because that's where we all get that little hook hunch, which I'm trying to get rid of. Does that make sense? Mobility, posture. Exactly. You lost your crown. Fuck, I don't know how the crowns work. All right. Those are my posture exercises. Hopefully that was helpful to you guys. What are your workouts besides the posturing? Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I am trying to do something active every day, but that might be a walk. Like today, I went on a hour-long walk with my friend. Usually I don't have time to do that, but that will be like a light, fun day. We walked. I got a cup of chili. We walked back. It was nice. What I've been doing, I've been trying to do my arms. I have 5-pound weights and 8-pound weights, which I'm going to buy 10-pound weights and try to up them. But I've been doing a few different circuits with them. So I try to do it like every 3 days. The first thing that I do is I take how are you going to be able to see this? 8-pound weights and I go like this. So if you can do way more than that, you can do way more. But this is supposed to round out your shoulders. So, okay, like that. Then I do these lateral raises and the ones in front. And then I don't know what any of this shit's called, but okay, so say there's weights in my hands here. Then I go back like this. Does that make sense? And all of this I do 10 times, 3 times. And I do, can you see this? Curls, just normal curls. And then I take one of the weights, both of the weights, so the 2 8-pounds, and go from here to up. So that's what I've been doing for arms. And then for glute and legs, I usually try to do them together. And I do weighted squats and lunges, 10 of them, 3 sets of each of that. And then I do with my resistance band, like these kickback things on the floor. And then for abs, I usually will try to YouTube like a 10-minute ab circuit. Melissa Woods Health does some good ones. So I try to do each of the body parts like every 3 days. So 2 times a week on different days from each other. And then usually I'll do my bike a couple of days a week. Does that help? No, I'm not like a fitness influencer. I'm just trying to be in better shape recently. I go through phases. We all do in life. Kelly Rice is off topic, but last time you were talking about season 3 of Ginny and Georgia. I only caught the end of it. What were your thoughts on it? I thought it was like the best season yet. I'm so into this season of Ginny and Georgia. It was so good. So good. That's my thoughts. I was shocked with how good it was. It's like a courtroom drama, crazy twists and turns. Okay. So any other questions, comments, concerns, send them in before I get out of here. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, super chat in. Joe Otis says, do you remember when ESPN2 used to have those workout shows on in the morning, like body shaping? That's what this is like. It was really not a good workout routine that I just showed you guys. It's just what I've been doing. So I wanted to you guys asked, so I wanted to help. The most important thing is to move your fucking body, whatever works for you. And I've just noticed this for me, for my brain, for my happiness, whatever is working for me. Sometimes I'll just like make shit up. Like I'll do a dance because I just got to get moving, or it won't be abs day, but I feel like that. So I'll do that. Or I'm not in the mood to do something. So I'll just sit on the bike slowly. Or I'll be like, oh, I have to go to the grocery store. Let me just walk there today. Like just trying to move more, just trying to move my body more. Like because I'm around elderly people all the time, and it's making me have so much love for my body. One day, and some of people already don't have the same mobility options that I do, but one day we won't be able to move our bodies. And I just want to move my body as long as I can, as long as I have it. So it's just been like nice to remember how lucky we are to be able to do that. Yeah. And I've got more motivation to do it because I've been eating so much protein. And those things kind of seem to go hand in hand. Joe Otis also said, my favorite music biopic was Love and Mercy about Brian Wilson. R.I.P. What's your favorite Bruce song? I love 10th Avenue Freeze Out. That's like his most fun song, I feel. It's so good. I grew up in Central Jersey and live in Cherry Hill now. You live in Cherry Hill? Joe, are you Jewish? There's so many Jews in Cherry Hill. And you got to love Little Steven. Yeah, he's so good as Silvio in The Sopranos. Of course, I always thought that was so cool. My favorite Bruce song is She's the One. I love that song. So good. I love so many of his songs though, but that's the one that remains most consistently my favorite. Okay, let's see what's going on with you guys in Super Chat. Streamlabs and Super Chat in before I get out of here. Let's see what we got. Sexy Andrew says, no, he said he sent in another one, but I don't see it, Sexy Andrew. Okay, no, I see it now. Neil Breen makes, thank you, Sexy Andrew. Neil Breen makes movies where he is both the writer, editor, and star about him uncovering conspiracies. Oh my God. But all of them come off terrible with terrible green screens and acting. That's fun as shit. Do you guys know him? Do you guys know or no? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Send in questions, comments, concerns. Dude, I love the Wednesday show. I love the Sunday show too because I love TV, but we just go wherever the hell we want. We just go wherever the hell we want. I am going to get out of here in the next couple minutes, so send in any final bit of support. Appreciate you guys. And thank you to the 70 people spending their Wednesday night with me live, and to the people who are watching after the fact. If you are watching after the fact, you're always welcome to Streamlabs in, which I appreciate, and I will read it for the next show, which will be here on Sunday. It is going to be a little bit of a wonky week next week, the next 2 weeks. I'll warn you guys about this now. So Papo's memorial service is not this weekend, but the following weekend. My entire family is coming out. My dad is coming next week for a week, and my sibs, and then they're crossing over for that weekend. The memorial's on the 28th, and my siblings and my niece are going to be here for the following week. So I'm not exactly sure. This room is where I'm going to be housing 5 people in my tiny place. So 4 adults and a baby. So things are going to be all over the place. I could not be more excited to see my family. I'm a little worried about the memorial just in terms of I miss my Papo so fucking much, and I'm just so emotional about it, and I just got to hang in there. But I'm very excited to see my family. I just don't know what the streams are going to look like. I'm going to try to stream as often as I can, but it might be a little wonky for a couple weeks. But Sunday, it will not be wonky. So I'll still be here with you guys on Sunday. Just the following that, it might be wonky for a little bit. I'll keep you guys posted though in the Discord and here. And I'll know more on Sunday, kind of what I'm thinking of doing. So I'll let you guys know that. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Ash, get to those burpees, my dude. I know some Twitch streamers who do workout streams sometimes and then add extra reps/exercises for donations. The issue is it brings a different/less desired crowd sometimes. In conclusion, being a woman on the internet is a bummer. Oh, I hear you on that. Yeah. That would be so weird. Like, it's like almost like you couldn't tell people you were doing it. It's like how I felt comfortable just doing those exercises with you guys because you're the rock stars and nobody was weird in here because you guys rock. But I wouldn't have advertised like Roxy teaches people workout in crop top sports bra. Like, no, but you guys are normal. So it was fine. Joe Otis in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy says, I'm a goy. We moved for the schools. Joe, but you must know there's so many Jews there. Look at you. Look at you. We love our goys as long as they love us back. Oh, okay. ROZY out, homies. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the support. And most importantly, thank you for being like supportive as humans and just being here and showing up. I so appreciate you guys. Let's all work on our postures together. Let's all move our bodies. Let's all hang in there and try to figure out how to kill the least amount of humans and not be pieces of crap. Let's stay safe and sane. Put down your toilet seat and lid. We don't want those buffoons. Don't trend with the Holocaust. Justice for all the people who lost their lives due to excessive force. My body, my choice, wherever you're on the rainbow. We love you. Happy Pride Month, babies. Sorry that Pride isn't coming at a better month where we can just celebrate. Everyone's so crazy recently, but I'm always celebrating the queer community. Love you guys. Golden sparkles for the Zen one himself. We stand with the women of Iran and the civilians and citizens. Some of the bravest people we've ever seen. Did I say golden sparkles? Oh, somebody asked what was going on with Glenn earlier. We don't have any updates other than to say that from what we know, he's okay. He just, this isn't his place right now based on like his memory and what's happening. I think he's just like keeping to himself more. I think I got those updates from Jake. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, Ash Burpee. Look at you is wild work. Look at you. Have a great night, Roxanne. Rosie Striar, my new nickname. Much love. Later, Gators. And I mean that in the gayest Pride Month of terms. What? Just let me have it.